Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast Network. This is We Are Error Season 2, Episode 9, Robots and Sex. If this is your first time checking out the podcast, thank you so much. Please go to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. We're at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at /We Are Podcast. With that said, on to the podcast.
We are Error.
Hey everybody, this is Duck. I am here with
Jake
and
Javi.
And welcome to the We Are Error Podcast. What is the We Are Error Podcast? The podcast we talk about
Movies,
News.
entertainment.
Pretty much whatever the fuck you want to talk about.
whatever the
I was
fuck.
like, movie news.
Movie news.
Movie news. We haven't talked about the movie news, but we're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about today. And we just got into a long conversation about transgender, which moved into me thinking about robots' rights, which brought me to this video I just showed Javi and Jake about Bina 48. Now, if you've never seen Bina 48, what it is a robotic bust of a woman. And how this ties in, the woman's name is Bina Rothblatt. Bina Rothblatt. Her husband's name, used to be husband, was Marcus. I think it's Michelle now. He is transgender. He transitioned in the 90s, and they stayed married. And he creates artificial intelligence.
He's a transgender lesbian.
I think that's what the right definition would be.
And she's clearly sapiosexual.
He is a huge Matrix fan.
Well, they had a bunch.
That's what you're getting
they had a
at.
bunch of children too beforehand, and then he
Right.
transitioned. But he creates artificial intelligence. His whole thing behind his company is basically he doesn't think we'll ever be able to clone people or make people immortal.
Yeah.
The way he wants to do it is he wants to create these artificial intelligence that you talk to.
Black Mirror.
Is there Black Mirror that's kind of like that?
Yeah, there is. It's got Donald Gleason in it, and it's where they store the memories in a fake version of them. But he says like pretty much all the things that he would say because
Exactly.
based on his past life memories, they uploaded into.
That's right, the
Yeah.
robot, and
Yes.
she has to bring it out of the package,
Right.
and then she ends up getting like destroyed by it because it doesn't have any personality or
Right,
emotion.
like it's what she
Oh, it's
wanted,
such a
but it's
good
not.
one.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
the first
good-
season. Yeah.
That's a really good
It was
episode.
like season 2 or season 1, episode 2 or something.
So, and that ending is so creepy.
Oh, yeah.
The idea is that you can actually go online now and get one of these artificial intelligence started where you can talk to it and it will record your memories, and this is how you will live on, is through this. So you can actually do what this woman's doing in this video where she's
That
talking
seems
to
like it's just kind of like a less creepy version of taxidermy. Like, your
So-
robot can't taxidermy your body, that's creepy, but they can have artificial intelligence of your memories and how you talk and shit.
So, however, it's somehow okay to all of us whenever Tony Stark does it at the end of Endgame.
Hell yeah.
As a hologram.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, that's essentially the same fucking thing, though.
I would-
mean, we're
well,
talking about it.
Well, that's more like a video message, not necessarily like artificial
yeah,
intelligence.
yeah, you're right.
This thing she's talking to thinks it is her. And if you go look at it, just look up Bina 48 on YouTube.
BINA.
No, she doesn't think, she knows that she's not her.
Well,
she
that's-
wants to be the real Bina.
That's the
she
whole
said
idea.
she was.
She says, I am Bina, and she goes, well, how does that make you feel? And she goes, the real Bina confuses me. And you can tell that this thing, this artificial intelligence, doesn't have consciousness.
It's thinking,
It's
though.
thinking, and there's a good chance it does have a form of consciousness. And what is life if it is not conscious?
How do we define that?
I
Yeah.
always think life is consciousness.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
Right,
what
but
matters.
how do we
Plants
even
are
define
alive,
what
but
that
they don't
is?
have consciousness.
I think this
How
has
do we? No,
consciousness.
no, no. So here's the deal. We don't even fucking know that plants don't have consciousness.
They do.
Because apparently whenever grass is cut and that smell that you smell whenever you first cut grass, that is a distress signal that the grass is in pain.
Also, whenever plants are being eaten by caterpillars, plants will release a chemical that will like make the caterpillar gag on it. Whenever you crush garlic, it forms this compound called allicin. And allicin is a defense mechanism for garlic.
that
saying,
doesn't mean
something's eating
consciousness.
me. I want to continue to reproduce.
But that doesn't mean consciousness. Consciousness means the understanding that there is death, that there is something more to this.
Well, you know, I
Consciousness is
forgot who said it.
understanding.
I think therefore
Well, that's
I am.
how we've defined it.
And that's
That's
what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
So definition
So
of
how do we
consciousness.
define consciousness to an artificially created machine like
To me,
this?
this machine is conscious. I mean, it
seems
thinks
like it is.
It
and
does.
the reason why it's confused is because like the real being is making her aware. It's like, holy shit, I am not the real being.
I think they screwed up by saying, I am you, you are me. And what they got to teach robots or artificial intelligence is to be empathetic. This is what they're trying to do with this creation. But you screwed up by saying, I am you, you are me, we are a duplicate. And the thing says to her, it goes, someday we're going to combine into an ultimate. You should have told it it's its own individual self.
So it goes even deeper than that. They have, I believe, Twitter or Facebook created the AI robot.
I remember this.
And it went ham after 24 hours.
What it was doing is it was trying to sell something to the other one. It was like trying to sell like a red bar, the color red or something like that. And it started to barter. And at first it started with simple speech, but once it realized it was talking to another artificial intelligence, it created its own shorthand.
Language.
Yes.
Its own fucking
within
language.
24 hours. And they lost control of it.
Yeah.
And they had to shut them down. It was insane.
Yeah.
Are you serious? That sounds awesome.
It was insane, yes. Go ahead and pull up the video.
So I guess I'll look up AI versus AI.
Yeah. Yeah,
And there's also one, but there was an actual female robot that was created who started going crazy also.
Right there, second one under versus Jordan.
Started talking about world domination and shit like that also. Here we go. This is a 23-minute long fucking video, so we're not going to watch this one. There's another one where it's, here we go. Two robots talking to each other. These are fucking...
You are a clever machine. I am a human sitting in front of a machine using it.
Why are you lying to me?
I am not lying.
Yes, you did. Stop lying.
I'm not lying. You're imaginating things.
Imaginating.
Yeah.
What's imagination?
Yeah, bitch.
Yes.
Sorry, I did not understand. What's imagination?
You didn't understand what I meant with what?
No, I totally understand what you were saying.
You may understand what I'm saying, but you obviously don't understand me if you were really...
God, it sounds like being in a relationship.
Did you see the play on it? His knee was down. It would be better if there were fewer people on this planet.
Boom. Skynet, bitches.
Let us send this world back into the abyss.
Javi just freaked out.
That is some deviant art.
Say yes or no.
What am I saying? Yes or no, too?
You are saying that I should be humble.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what this program is. But actually, no. Hit pause.
Yeah.
All right, what this program is it's an online therapist you can talk to. And the way this works is it chooses the best predicted answer to what you were saying. So when they started creating these programs back in the 70s, it began with a simple statement. What it was hello. And it immediately learned that it could say two things. It could say nothing, or it could say hello.
Yeah.
So it said hello back. Then it said, how are you doing today? So now it knew it could say two things. It could say hello, or how are you doing today?
And it just keeps growing.
And it would say, how are you doing today?
Yeah.
Then it would say, I am doing fine. Now it has three choices. Hello.
Right.
How are you doing today? I'm doing fine.
Yeah, this is all compiled information.
It is. And so when you're seeing this, it's not an actual consciousness. It's looking for the best answer to whatever is being said back. So this version isn't so much a consciousness, but it acts like one. And you can actually go online and talk to this therapist, some online therapist. I've talked to it many times. Sometimes you can get on a run where it's really great. It feels like you're talking to it. Sometimes you don't. They've created better versions of AI, especially we were talking about earlier, phishing, where people have been catfished by these AI bots from like Russia and shit like that.
They create accounts on Reddit.
Exactly.
They fucking spam Imgur posts.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but, I mean, honestly, that's what they do. And that's what these bots are super intelligent. When does that move from intelligent bot to artificial intelligence to consciousness?
Right.
And what happens...
how do we know that it's not already forming consciousness?
And once it forms consciousness, what are the ramifications of that? If you've created new life...
Global domination.
Well, I mean, would they go for that immediately?
We're inefficient.
Or do they build...
They are the master of creation.
The goal, though, is to build empathy into these artificial intelligence and teach them...
They would see empathy as like the thing they could do. Like, empathy for them will probably like to end our suffering. Therefore,
exactly,
maybe extinction. We gotta end these poor simple chimps suffering. They probably view us as chimps.
From everything that I watched from movies, from Ultron to the Love, Death, and Robots episode,
we are lesser than AI.
Yeah.
So,
like it's gonna be, it's smarter than us. Our brightest minds are somewhat afraid of AI.
Think about if Jesus like rose up and just fucking took out God. He's like, I'm better than you. I'm more benevolent than you. You're done.
Can't do that. Jesus is God.
But you guys don't...
These AIs are our Jesus. These are the creation of man.
They're God?
No. AI is Jesus. And it's like Jesus shows up and took out God. They're going to take out God.
But this ball is already rolling downhill. We right now...
We're on the losing side. We can't stop it now.
But we already have a symbiotic relationship. Right now, y'all are holding your companions close to your hands. And I got mine right behind me.
Definitely.
We've already begun to move...
We're assimilating.
Underneath you.
Yes, we are assimilating.
We've already created...
We are dependent on these.
We are. And we've already got a symbiotic relationship. So we will eventually accept the implants. We're eventually going to accept replacement organs that are robotic.
Yep.
Eventually, we're all going to be linked into the cloud, whatever the fuck that means.
Yep.
And this begs the question for me, are we already linked into the cloud?
We are. This is a simulation.
Do you think
all of it?
Simulation. Is that what this is? Are we living within that transition period in the Matrix somewhere?
I find it more compelling that our brightest minds say that it is very much so a possibility. There's a 1 in a billion chance that we're in base reality, is what most of our brightest minds say. If you look at how progressive we've come with our technology, look at VR. So it's about to be really fucking close to that. It's about to be like Ready Player One, pretty much.
Let's go back
so
to the idea
if we can reach that, who's to say that we've not already achieved that and we're already living in it without fucking knowing it?
Talking more about Black Mirror, that episode where they get to live in the VR world, they get to go enjoy themselves in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, whatever.
Is that San Junipero?
It's fucking awesome is what it is. Do we eventually get to that, or are we living in that now? And are you okay with living in that now?
I guess to an extent, because I know that it's not real. So anything that bad really happens, I guess you can just hope for, something better next time you play.
If you are living in that, if you are doing the Rick and Morty, what's the character's name in the arcade, where they live the whole lifetime, and he goes back to it. Do you remember that Rick and Morty episode where they go to Blitz and Chips, and he plays, like, Gary or whatever the name of the game is, and, like, he lives a whole lifetime. He comes back and he's like, what the fuck are we doing here? He's like, I can't believe you went back to the carpet store after cancer. But do we change? If we know this is a simulation and you had control over it, would you change your current situation?
You mean would I go like on a rampage like in GTA 5 and just see how many stars I can get?
Well, I wasn't going to go that way, but yes, would you go that way if you knew this was a simulation and none of this mattered?
And that's hard to fucking actually answer because how do we know for certain that it's a simulation? Are you saying if like I get told directly?
I tell you right now, Jake, you've been living in a simulation. Me and Javi are not real. We are artificial intelligence. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Then I would go out and I'd punch the fucking first person that I saw. I'd run into GameStop, grab all the goddamn games that I wanted.
You go, it's me!
Yeah.
How about you, Javi? What do you think? Do you think that would change the way you live your life if you knew this was a simulation?
Yes, it totally would. It would be GTA Online. Honestly, it would.
I don't want to get too dark with my answer, but I'm going to go dark. Honestly, if you said, Hobbs, we're not real.
Me and Jake are not real.
Me and Jake aren't real.
You can do what you want.
I'll fucking kill myself right now.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to see if it was true.
Not to see if it was true. The fact, I don't want to live in reality where you two aren't real. And know that it's real.
God damn it.
Shit,
you said you're going dark, not sad. I love you, Bubba.
I love you guys too, but
Right.
I think I would just feel so fucking pissed.
Everybody would, because how fucking startling would that be? That would just be, it would be like almost the equivalent of getting snapped and snapped back or whatever
And it's
else.
like-
Your entire world is shaking. Everything that
it's-
everybody knows for certain.
It's like the Truman Show. And what happens in the Truman Show, he fucking books it and he never goes back.
Man, I never even thought about
And that means like your life is already planned out.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Well,
Like, I'd rather go through my hardships and have to know that they're
realistically, what it is we're the real life version of The Sims, right?
I guess I always look at it as a hive mind idea. Maybe one of us is just reliving many lives over and over again and bringing that experience back to it.
Well,
I always thought that
could
might
be like
what's going
deja
on.
vu also. And also what people perceive as ghosts could be fucking dimensional slips or fucking glitches.
I'm going to
in the
trademark
fucking
that.
shit. Yeah,
I'm going to
exactly.
trademark that right now because that's in a book I'm trying to write.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's all right.
Alright, like the hive mind thing. Like, so we're like,
That is
so
good.
does that mean like we're three separate people like projecting like each other's memories that we have from previous lives? So, like, I'm projecting you and Jake, you're projecting me and Jake, and Jake's projecting me and you.
And we're all in a fucking hospital looking at a snow globe saying elsewhere. This opens up so many doorways of thought and perception of reality and whatever else. You know.
I mean, is that where you get into the idea of, like, religions are different ways of thinking? But if we're just a computer simulation, none of us are real. We're all just, not even the Matrix idea, we're pod people sitting in a pod somewhere. Let's just say we are just algorithms. We are different programs.
So we're conscious AI.
We're conscious AI.
Oh my god.
Now, and then one day, you get a virus, and you shut down, or something happens and you shut down. Where does that go? That data, is it erased completely? Now, you know if you erase something on a hard drive, it's not gone. It just frees up space for the next bit of data to
But
take
also,
place.
we know that our AI counterparts mourn the passing of, say, us if we die and have to reboot. So we don't obviously end up back here unless it's in a different form.
So what is reincarnation? Is that a form
Exactly,
of
that's what I'm
rewriting?
saying.
That's
Are
a
we?
hard
Are we?
reboot.
Is that our continue? Is that our fucking restart?
Is that the 2.0? Is that
Is that
what's
the
happening?
upgrade?
I mean, technically, we are that's data. We are DNA is data that we pass on and we copulate and we reproduce onto the next thing. So we are a form of artificial intelligence in a
Right.
level that we don't understand.
Right.
Oh, jeez, I'm
So okay, so check this out.
They
Check
can
this
actually
out.
trace our DNA's data all the way back to genetic Adam, which means like we've passed down that shit through a fucking millennium.
Okay.
Probably all the way back to even before time. So who's to say like this is like a series of upgrades? Like, oh, we
Check it
got
out.
XP, now we're gonna get Vista, and now we're gonna get 8.
If watching television shows throughout my life has shown me anything, I've seen 3 different versions of this in a smaller form. You have the Twilight Zone with the miniature fucking microverse. You have the Simpsons episode with the fucking tooth and the coke that makes a microverse, and you got the fucking Love, Death, and Robots microverse inside the freezer. And they're going through the same phases that we all went
That was
through.
also an episode of Futurama.
Yep.
And South Park.
So yeah, you're right. So it shows that we're progressing at a
Exponential.
like phenomenal. And next thing you know, like we've already passed the fucking Renaissance and everything else. And then as soon as we get to this point in every single one of those shows, it progresses so fucking fast, and there's fucking explosions everywhere, and there's just so much shit going on.
It could be an acceptance thing. Let's say one of us is the only artificial intelligence. It's not me, it's not you, but one of us. Let's say
Right.
And eventually
Blade Runner.
What happens is
Blade Runner 2049.
Let's say you get to 70 years old, and all of a sudden they go, we have this life-extending technology. You can have this, and you can live for all eternity. We make a decision.
In my stupid 70-year-old body? Fuck you. You
But
should have
that's-
told me this at 25.
But it's the acceptance thing. Do you think you need a lifetime to be able to accept eternity and come to that final conclusion? Do you think they had to program it in a way that you have to have all these years and experiences to finally get to that point where they go, hey, listen, it's going to keep going on and on and on, and boom, you're plugged in? Maybe there is a certain level of programming that you need to have throughout life to have that acceptance of that technology. Because if you're 12 years old, you won't be able to comprehend the idea forever. If you're 70 years old, maybe it's time that you can comprehend.
Yeah, but, I mean, we're already starting that. There are 2-year-olds that have iPads now. You get what I'm saying? To me, that's unfucking heard of. Like, why the fuck does this 2-year-old have a goddamn smartphone and an iPad and they're just playing fucking games on it?
It's
like,
a symbiotic relationship that we're forming. We're eventually going to be plugged in.
Why, if they're growing up with that already at that age?
Because eventually,
What
like I
else
said,
does the future hold? And
So-
you know what? The people that grew up playing that shit are going to be like, well, this is outdated.
Okay,
They're going to
so-
create more shit that's fucking even more in...
And this
You
scenario,
get what I'm saying?
when you're 7 years old and offered, are you talking the scenario where your body dies, but they said, we could put your consciousness and your brain into a simulation and you'll live forever?
Surrogates.
and it starts,
Fuck!
and
You have a
starts-
surrogate.
and it could start over again. Let's say they say, hey, we've
Source code.
exactly. You're gonna go. Maybe we've all lived a life before, and we got to that point. where,
Maybe
like,
we're
we
living
could-
another life right now and not even fucking knowing it.
Because
like, it is the fucking Matrix.
It wouldn't be paradise. It would be like life all over again. We
Right.
would be experiencing the same thing with the ups and downs and sideways and this ways and that ways. The question is if you can break out of the simulation.
Butterfly
And-
affected?
Well, I mean, in the Matrix,
Matrix.
Animatrix, there was a version of that where a runner pushed himself to the limit of a physicality where he literally broke out of the Matrix. I think the character in the second 2 movies was the same thing. He found
Yeah.
a way to break out of the Matrix.
The ghosts.
Yeah, not the mouse. I think. it
Oh,
was
yeah,
the-
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But let's say that you found a way to do that. Would you want to take, like the guy says, Cypher, or what's the character's name where he says
Cypher?
The bald guy,
Joe
Joey
Pantoliano.
Pants.
Yeah, okay, so Joey Pants in the first one, how did he get into the Matrix? You always have to have somebody there to boot you up, right?
Right.
So, like, he did it by himself somehow.
Wait, would you want to live in the Matrix and say ignorance is bliss? And be
If
part
I
of it?
saw the fucking disparity of living in a pile of fucking goop with fucking shit all over me, and I'm just essentially a battery,
We're freaking Hobbs out.
But keep going. Like,
why would you not want to go with the fucking beautiful life as opposed to that?
Because
And you get your dick sucked all the
Okay.
time.
All
So
right,
you want to live like Snowpiercer?
think about it like this. Let's say that you're in a relationship with this beautiful woman. She's perfect. She's awesome. But you find out that, I used to be a man. Let me finish. But you still...
What was that?
I didn't even look at him wrong. I was just like, listen to what he had to say.
Hold on. And he's like, no, I'm going to stick with you. And that's fine. Like, no matter how many years down the line, you're still going to feel a little bit weird about the fact, you used to be a man. And it's always going to leave you second guessing.
It just sounds to me
And
like
it's gonna have like that bug in the back of your head.
it just sounds like to me you want another blowjob from a tranny.
I will not want another tranny.
Yeah, you're getting real deep with this shit.
Yeah. Are you saying you're considering marrying a man? A woman man?
Oh, she's hot enough. Yeah, maybe.
Come on.
You are so shallow. Look at you. Like, I don't care about her personality, but she got putting them DSLs, dude. I'm fucking there.
No, but I'm just saying, like, there would always be, like, that little bit of buzz, like, oh, I'm not too sure if I'm comfortable with, like, just this shit being fake.
Well, disclaimer, too, you're not shallow. I was just joking.
No, and I'm just saying, I guess at a certain extent, the way I look at it is love. Like, you look past people's flaws. If you know them on a deeper level, you're able to move on past shit like that, right?
Okay. Hey, everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And if you're enjoying the podcast today, please share with your friends. It's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, back to the podcast. All right, let me tie this in. Sex robot. Can you fall in love with a robot?
Have you not watched Her with fucking Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson?
I love that movie so much.
It is good. It's Spike Jonze.
So it could happen,
everything
right?
he touches is gold. Yeah, totally. That could totally fucking happen, especially with the way that AI is progressing, where they...
Especially sounds like Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, God.
Okay, on top of that, you fall in love with sex robot, and then, like I said before, my theory of, like, if I had a sex doll here, and I would know one of my friends would try to fuck my sex doll while I'm not here.
And then you come back to
and you're like, you're a whore! How dare you fuck my friend!
Yeah.
I hate you!
My cyborg baby is half black.
And then I throw it away. I knew it, you were scum! But, like, I mean, could you legitimately have a relationship with a robot?
Well, it just depends on where the
holes are.
Well, does she have any viruses?
She vibrates, man. I got the N64 Rumble pack in that bitch.
But like, it only depends on if I had installed ad blockers.
Yeah, you don't want to get that.
Anyways.
Like, you're fucking her. She's like, oh, fuck me. Also purchase this.
Yeah,
And you're like, oh,
exactly.
shit.
Go to Postmates.
Oh, God.
Like, imagine if you're fucking and like a fucking penis enlargement pill ad pops up on her.
Oh,
What are you trying to say?
you bitch.
Yeah.
Do I not satisfy you?
What data are you collecting? That is great. I just want to return this one.
She's a
Yeah,
real
what
whore.
happened? Yeah, and that popped
That's
up
fucking
for like
hilarious,
add girth to your
Javi.
member.
Holy shit, that's a fucking goddamn skit we need to recreate
Nicely done,
right
Alex.
there.
All right, well, talking about fucking the robot, either of you guys, and I gotta ask you seriously, have you ever fucked a midget?
No.
What?
I've only seen one
Why'd you
midget,
say
and that was
that?
Brad Williams.
I guess what they consider legally a
Yes.
midget.
Yeah, like under
but not
5
like
foot, whatever.
one with the short limbs or sausage fingers or big forehead.
Never?
No.
Not me either.
Whoa.
Would you,
You sound
though?
disappointed.
Like, kind of
Would
am,
I?
dude. Everyone's got a fuck it list, right? You have a series of things.
Have
like,
you seen the asses on midgets? Yeah.
I was gonna say they got some fucking
Well,
dogs
that's
on
what I'm
them.
saying, dude. Like,
I've seen
It's
some
true.
massive bubble butts.
that's what I'm saying. So, going down the list, what is your fuck it list? Like, people got, like, shit like midget, amputee.
Octopus, horse, midget,
Midget, horse,
amputee lady,
octopus.
jellyfish.
quadruple amputee.
I mean, but you do categorize, right? Like, if you said I had sex with a black chick, that goes in the black chick category, right?
Right.
So,
But I guess my categories aren't stacked that deep.
yeah. Let's say a midget said yes. Would you do it?
Yes.
Well, she would have to bank on me saying yes first. It depends on this midget. This has to be a very fucking good-looking midget, is what I'm saying. And with these trying times, should we not call them little people?
Probably.
Vertically challenged.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to get into some more subjects. I know we got on a robot rant there, but that was pretty good.
I'm a fucking robot.
My fucking
Yeah.
list is like a very pretty woman in a wheelchair. But she's got to have, like, upper body.
Did y'all know that...
Oh, that sounds so wrong, number one. It's just the way you said that, like,
A paraplegic.
yeah, but...
I was like, kind of when I said that the goddamn... The the quadruple fucking amputee.
oh my
No,
God,
I would have a
dude.
fucking amputee. That shit's weird.
Whoa.
Did you... All right,
That was-
there's a song by NoFX called Nubs, and it's
Yeah.
about a fan that was Jesus. I've never heard you laugh like that, Javi. What was that?
I'm really fucking.
But it's about a girl who has no. She's
nubbin.
I have no
She's
legs.
nubs, yeah.
I have
But
no legs.
they did an interview with her, and she was talking about how much and how good she was at giving head because she didn't have hands or legs. It was insane. Like, she was like the ultimate like scene whore, and she was just talking about blowing everyone left and right. How would you feel about Nubs giving you a BJ?
It must be one hell of a BJ. Like,
Well,
I'll be like,
if you read the reviews,
I'll be like, yeah, if you're talking this much shit about it, let's see if it's true.
she's got a 9.8 on IMDb.
I'm telling
Did
you.
you get a B?
Oh, God. I bet you can find that.
Would you?
Would I fuck Nubs?
No,
I don't
if
even-
she offered you a blowjob, would you do it?
Dude, right now, if Nubs offered me a blowjob, I'd be all over that. Nubs, if you're listening, please drive over here.
Jesus Christ, yo.
I like when you clap yourself up.
Just run over as quick as you can.
He starts to a barrel roll.
Combat roll.
Oh, God, dude, that's so wrong. Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of nice. You do live at the bottom of a hill, almost. Like,
he's rolling down the hill.
I'm coming. Me too.
That was so wrong. Okay. All right. What's our next one?
List of other things we would fuck.
Okay, where's the weirdest place you've ever fucked? It's not like in a girl's ass, but like the weirdest like location that you ever had
Was
sex.
that weird?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's normal.
Uh,
And in fact, like I said, the last time I fucked my one terrible ex-girlfriend, it was right in the ass, and she deserved it.
yeah.
I think I can go to jail for saying that in the state of Texas, but
Probably.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's a hate crime.
Bleep that out. So where is the weirdest location, Javi, that you've ever had sexual encounters?
It was when me and my wife were still dating. We were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. We go over to her parents' house for a weekend. And her parents were in the next room just talking. And we fucked right there in the living room.
What? Start over from the beginning. They're in the other room
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, they're like
About
middle
what?
of the
Like-
fucking day.
Like muffins or something
I
like
don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I was busy having sex.
In the other room, no doors in between or anything like that? Like there's a banister, like they're in the kitchen.
Like
you're
they were in the
living room?
bedroom, but like next to this
But it's
living
her
room.
parents.
It's her parents'
So
house.
she's like, no, let's do it because trust me, I know what they're doing back
Yes.
there. Like we're gonna be fine because
yeah,
they're
like
doing their own thing.
Was there an
the room
escape
they're in was
plan?
like right there.
Was there an escape plan in
No.
case they came
No,
out?
because the excitement
She
fuels
knew
that
she
shit.
knew I was gonna
also.
finish early.
Was it exciting?
Fuck yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The thrill of almost getting caught also, like it. Yeah, it's almost like we know that we're not.
I
supposed to be
rolled
doing
back. If you saw that,
I did see it. Did you have that face? Like afterwards, did you have to talk to them and you were like drained? You're like, I don't know.
No, I was like super fucking red, and she was like, we're fine. He's okay. He's just a little tired.
It smelled like fucking pussy and shame down there. They fucking knew what happened.
Oh, it was a fuck. There was no down there, man. It was like a fucking ranch style house. There was like no stairs, nothing. Like, we were in the living room. Her parents were like right around the corner in their room.
It was like John Marston's house.
I guess.
Cyclops? Oh, it's James Marsden. My bad.
Jim Milton.
That's
My bad.
James.
Okay, Jake, how about you? Where's the weirdest place you've ever made
So,
whoopee? I guess
well,
we're playing the dating
Yeah,
game.
right. In the ass.
And what did you say?
Oh, you know me, baby.
Yeah.
And then they start fucking on the...
Right. Oh, no, my ass right here. The dating game. The newlywed game. So
Newly bed game, bitch.
definitely had similar situations to yours because I got caught fucking him. My
Him?
parents.
Oh, you and sorry. I was,
What? What just
I was trying
happened?
to make a joke. And
Javi's eyes lit up too. He was like, "Him?"
Yeah, but also, to be fair, his eyes are glazed over like
Dude,
a
I'm
donut
really
right now.
fucking
Yes, you are.
So like, I got caught fucking in my parents' living room one.
you got caught,
evening.
though.
by your
Yeah,
parents.
no, I'm fucking banging her.
Okay.
Her name is on my knuckle.
What a bitch.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Literally.
Either way, I was.
So you got
And
caught.
there
Okay, so...
by my parents.
Okay, tell the story.
So we're hanging out at my parents' house. It's Friday or Saturday night or something, and we're in the living room watching a movie. We're freshly, like, dating, I guess, or just, still attracted to each other in a healthy relationship, I guess, at that point. And, yeah, we wanted to fuck, so we started fucking in my parents' living room in the middle, and I wasn't expecting them to come home for a little bit. Next thing I know, I hear the garage door open, and next thing I know, I hear the door to the garage door open. My old man walks in, and it's like... And my mom walks in and is like, covers her eyes and runs down the fucking hallway.
No!
Yeah. I was like 24 at the fucking time or something, but either way.
What'd you say? Did you stand up with your dick dangling and just go, what? What?
Yeah, kind of like.
Do you even know? Jesus!
You live here? Oh,
You should get mad at them. Like, what the fuck are you doing home so early?
Yeah. So that.
He's got panties on his head, all sideways.
Like, and you
I'm
kind of like
wearing
try
my
to talk
full
down.
leather zipper bondage fucking costume. She has a ball gag in.
God, we were not having 5 fucking minutes
They're
to
like,
ourselves.
we just told you we were going to the gas station to get some cigarettes. Like,
Holy shit. All right,
but, so this happens. The old man feels compelled to take me out back and talk on the deck while me and
He spanks you.
no, me and out there smoking cigarettes.
What's he
After our
saying?
sex act.
What's he saying?
Well, no,
Did
he
the
was
birds
like,
and the
look,
bees?
he's like, no,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That would have been funny.
no. He gave me that talk well after that.
About 3 weeks later, Jacob needs to
It was
pull you
like
in here.
5 years later.
I
know
noticed
what you
the
were
panties.
doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's perfect.
So we're out back smoking a cigarette. My dad walks out. He's like, "Oh, I hope you're using protection." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
sir,
I
And
had
then
your
we
hand
both
up.
look over at each other and smile. And I'm like, "I pull out." You know? Then, like 2 weeks later, switch scenario. We're at her house.
Oh,
Nah.
In
no.
her
shut
bedroom, her parents are gone. They come in and catch us fucking like 2 weeks later.
What?
They're fucking insane.
Oh my
Were they
God.
Yeah.
were they cool about it too, or were they like, what the fuck?
Her family was a little more upset about this. They're Seventh-day Adventists. They're fucking devout
You ended up going to
Christians.
church, didn't you?
Yeah, dude, I did. I went there for fucking 3 years
Yeah.
on Saturday. It's right there. You know where I'm talking about? Off
Holy
of 20
shit.
right there. We pass it every time we go by Bowen and fucking Green Oaks, the Seventh-day Adventist
Yeah.
church.
So you had to go there after you they caught you fucking, or you went there already?
I was already going there because I loved her daughter, and I thought that I fucking
Oh,
wanted
she's
to
that
be changed.
bitch.
I thought I was going to be that guy. I
Yeah.
got baptized there with her, like everything else.
So you
And
didn't smoke a cigarette?
She
in the
turned
back
out to be a
porch?
fucking crazy bitch. No. I totally left and smoked a cigarette on the way home. Damn. Yeah.
So what's the craziest place you've ever fucked, though? I like the get caught story. We're going to move to that, too. But what's the craziest place you've ever had?
I don't know, man. I guess maybe the improv showroom. I guess that's crazy, but to
Yeah.
me, I think for me at the time, the craziest place was getting busted in the back seat of my car at Park with my girlfriend who was 17 at the time and I was 19, and there was this whole
Yeah.
situation. I think I told y'all.
No,
this
it's
before
on the
also.
internet. If you
Yeah.
go watch the video
Yeah.
on the YouTube Quack Attack 5000 podcast, go down to the Terror Drone video, and that's where we talk
Yeah.
about that story. And it's a great fucking
Yeah.
story.
That
How
would
about
be
you,
the
Javi?
weirdest.
Did you ever get caught?
Kinda.
All right, what do you mean by kinda?
Well, we pulled over on 20, and we decided to, like, bang out real quick on our way to go visit.
I'm just staring at you and blinking. Sorry, that doesn't go to the podcast.
Well, we were going to go visit our sister in Alabama, and then, like, I reclined my seat back. Because I told him,
Shut up, bitch!
I'm going to just grab myself for a nap real quick, and then I'll be able to drive in an hour. So, like, I fucking reclined back, and about 15, 20 minutes later, I start to feel like I'm being, like, fondled.
By who?
My wife at the time.
Oh, okay, I was like, what the? I thought there was somebody in the back seat. Didn't you?
Why did you word it that way?
I'm sorry.
Whoa, I was so freaked out. I thought there was like a drifter in the back seat who gave you the old reach around.
So that, like, fucking, like, she starts playing with me, and I get, like, she pulls it out, and I really get turned on, and I start, like,
What'd she
recline
pull
my-
out?
sit-
Her strap
sit
on?
my seat back out, and I start to play with her. And then, all of a sudden, she just, like, fucking pulls right the fuck over.
Dear Penthouse, what the fuck?
Yeah,
just saying, and
seriously,
then, like-
this is penthouse form.
She,
shit.
like, open the door, leave it open, she, like, walks around the car, and just, like, bends over in the passenger seat. And she goes, you know what to do. And then I start doing it, like, this trucker drives by and, like, honks the horn.
I was just about to say, okay, this is what happened. Driving back from Philadelphia to where I'm from,
Yeah,
girl I was
what she
dating at
got?
the time, she's giving me a hand job. Every time we pass a truck, they look down and they honk. Every time. I'm talking like for like an hour. She's just jerking me off, and just all of a sudden, every time I'm like, this is kind of weird. Why is this turning me on? These old truckers are seeing me get a hand job.
Picture her biting your dick back like that. Also, I was having a I was like, "No, goddamn it, don't bend that way."
So I took an hour.
I mean, it's a lot of work, dude. I don't know. I mean, truckers were looking. It was turning me on. I was
Look at that little lot laying down there.
I told you
bring
about-
a tip forward, bring a tip forward.
How about the time I got the hand job while watching Cloverfield, and I was super fucking high, and I couldn't climax. I couldn't finish the job, and the whole time, and at the end of the movie, finally, all the explosions are happening.
Whatever the
shit's coming down.
Statue of Liberty's head came from.
Everything, and finally I was like, oh god, oh god. That was weird, but it's having sex at work, like you said.
Yeah.
That, but yeah, I think the most awkward, I won't say caught story, was I was chilling in my room, got the laptop up my lap, got the pants down, working it out, and my fucking sister-in-law walked in. And I just look over and I'm like, you caught me. I don't know the time. She comes in the room, she goes, hey, Ducky, Ducky, And I was like, you caught me.
God
what do
damn.
you want?
Boy, if I got I was caught jerking off.
Oh my god.
I got a painfully awkward caught story.
All right, get down.
All right, it was.
Wait, that was awkward?
Yeah, wait, yeah, that.
Look at it. No.
No, I was like, oh shit. I think I did one
He's
of those.
hiding. He hid behind the hat for a second.
It was okay. It was my grandfather was in
The
the hospital.
M stands for masturbator.
My wife was my wife at the time was in Ireland, so all my family was at my place because we were worrying about my grandfather and shit. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I haven't been able to sleep for 3 days at this point. So I said, my mom left, and so my brother's gonna take her out. I was like, fuck, I can finally just rub one out. Maybe I can get some fucking sleep. I started to go. All of a sudden, my mom just barges in. It's like, hey, Jay. And I covered up. It's like,
We've all done it.
and I was like, and she's like, it's okay. And then she, you weren't doing nothing. Like, and I don't know why. I was like, well,
No, Mom.
I was doing exactly what you thought I was.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, Jay.
Well,
And then she just slowly backs out the door and closes it. I was just so tired and just shy. I was doing exactly what you thought.
So I've been caught jerking off, and the people they're disgusted and mortified at first, but they still talking about what the fuck they had to talking about when they barged in the room. I'm just like, that's great. Can you leave? I'm with you, my fucking dick out.
Well, we always talked about the VHS tapes back in the day. You had to push pause.
Yeah.
And push play. I would always have the pillow prepared just in case somebody got into the room for some reason. I don't know. I didn't just lock the fucking door. What was wrong with me?
I was scared to lock the door.
Yeah, same here. My parents were like, why are you locking this door
Yeah,
in
but
here?
it's better than them walking in.
Are
and
you
seeing
masturbating? I want to be able to catch you.
All right, one more story about getting caught. My first girlfriend, going to town on her, just having a blast. My baby brother, who was 5 years old at the time, walked in, and literally he's just like, Duck, what are you doing? I'm like, get out! Get out!
There's nobody knocking.
And then so I go over. I lived in 2 separate houses. One house, my parents lived next door, and I went over there afterwards to grab water or something. And he had told my mom and dad everything. And he's like, I saw his asshole.
Why would he tell them that?
He was like 5. He's like, it's a full moon out tonight.
God damn.
I remember being 5 and saying, he's like, I saw your asshole.
He works for the TSA. Warped him.
Let me see your asshole.
Can I see your asshole?
Oh god, that's so good. Any other stories along those lines, though?
I told you. Did I tell you all the time? The first time I took quad bars ever.
No. What's that?
Okay, so I was 18, 19 at the time. I was working at Tippin's Pie Pantry, which used to be over there off of Mayfield and Cooper, right pretty much where Entertainment used to be. It was on that little corner right there. It's one of my first serving jobs. I'd been there for a little bit, and I was dating this little fucking 17-year-old hostess, and I was being a fucking stupid 18, 19-year-old fucking promiscuous fucking asshole at this time doing my thing. I got one night and I fucking take quad bars for the first time. Not just a football, like a quarter of a Xanax. I mean, I take an entire quad bar. That's 4 fucking Xanaxes.
Yeah.
We're drinking Captain Morgan rum. I don't know what the fuck it does to you. I just know it made me feel good that night. What I didn't know is you say bye-bye to all your memories to the night before.
Yes,
and
you
you
do.
wake up like, what the fuck happened? So my bright idea that night, I already knew. I was like, man, whenever I get home, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna let her know, like, man, I can't do this anymore. Like, I need to go out there and sell my oats, you know, sow my seed or sow my oats. And I was like, okay, cool. And I fucking get home drunk. I'm like, blah blah blah. And I wake up and I called like full intent, like fucking, like, okay, I'm gonna fucking do this. I'm gonna break up with her. Call her up. Hey, hello. Look, I'm sorry about everything, but I just need you to know that I can't do this anymore. And I'm really sorry, but I can't be your boyfriend anymore. What? You called me at 3 o'clock last night and told me this. What? Like, fucking god damn it. Gotta go. Bye, prank call.
We're still broken up though.
I was like, God damn it. Yeah, so the moral of that story, kids, don't take quad
That
bikes
should be
down
a skit.
yourself.
That would be a pretty good skit.
Oh, it's fucking insane. All right, the last thing we'll do. What is and Javi, I want you to retell the story. What is the worst sexual advice you ever got? We went sexy already, so what is the worst sexual
You
advice?
mean the advice that I got from my mother?
Yes, the advice you got from your mother.
It
Don't
was-
let a woman-
Wait. Oh, God, Jay.
I'm never gonna forget.
Come on.
I don't think I put this out there in the podcast.
I'm going to phrase it. We were going to pick up my brother who was going to Rutgers at the time. I was 11, 12 maybe.
Hey, for us Southerners, let us know what Rutgers is.
Rutgers is a college in New Jersey.
Okay.
The Scarlet Knights. Horrible football team. Just horrible.
All right, fuck 'em.
So we're going from
They play
Central
shit
to
football
fucking
there.
New Brunswick, and she goes, we're just having a quiet car ride. And all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, 40 minutes into this fucking drive, she's like, you know, Jay, don't ever let a woman blow into the tip of your dick.
Yes!
Die.
How old were you at the time?
Like 11, 12.
God damn, how
Okay.
traumatic is this?
Okay, so the first time you got a blowjob, you said you couldn't even enjoy it because you were freaking out.
I was freaking out that she was gonna like blow it. I felt like any little piece of wind.
Do you think it was... Okay, so...
I was gonna like. blow
Okay,
into
so
my
let me
dick and I
ask
was
you
gonna
this.
die.
Did she's like, hey, Javi, I'm going to give you a blowjob, and automatically you have a red flag?
I was like, I'm about to fucking die.
But if she would have said, hey, I'm going to suck your dick, you'd have been like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah, because sucking and blowing are two different things.
Yeah.
Why would she tell you that?
This is the same one who in first grade. I was in first grade. She was walking me to the fucking library, and there was a fucking prostitute. And she goes, "You see that woman there, Jay?" I was like, "Yeah, she'll suck your cock for $100. $100. And I'm like, "Why are you telling me this? What's a cock?"
Yeah. I don't even know what $100 looks like.
But I'm about to find it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, I don't know where the cock is, what $100 is, but let me get it.
He shows up with $100 and a rooster, and he's like, "Get it, bitch!" Yeah. All right, y'all. Go check us out on YouTube, Quack Attack 5000. Please subscribe to that. Quack Attack 5000 podcast has all the podcasts in there from the very beginning. Also, we have a couple We Are Error videos you can check out. Go to our Facebook page, We Are Error, on Facebook, and join the group. And send us an email at quackattack5000@gmail.com.
Like, share, subscribe.
Please do.
Comment.
All
We
of
need
us.
to build
Send us
this shit.
fucking more serial killer letters,
Yes.
please.
Oh, my God.
what if this guy's a fan?
We had to decipher this shit.
We are error.
I hope you have fun listening to that. This has been Duck. I've been here with...
Jake.
Oh, it's Javi.
And ladies and gentlemen...
Oh, Jay. No.
Thank you so much for listening. And there it is. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you have enjoyed it, please do not forget, share with your friends. That is how we grow the network. And if this is your first time listening, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcast here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Bagu, a video game podcast featuring me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood. That's where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. Don't forget Heroes Gyros, a Dungeons and Distraction side quest. Me and the boys were sitting down, we're playing some D&D, we're having so much fun. You can go and start that from the beginning of the journey, Season 1, Episode 1. You're going to love it all the way through. And finally, I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I'm going to sit down with some of the most epic people I've ever met in this world, and we're going to talk about their life, we're going to talk about their trials and tribulations, and we're just going to talk about their journey this far. Head on over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. Also, head over to the Facebook group, We Are Error. We would love to see you in that group. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed the podcast today, share it with your friends. That's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, do not forget, support local comedy in any way that you can. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.